Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plapper. Platypus is the name, and welcome to another Dragon Quest Monsters Dark Prince of the Dark video. So, this video is going to be about the DLC. So, this is the Dawn Mold DLC. Basically, if you're unfamiliar with it, you go talk to this NPC. He breaks down basically every rank of monster. He'll give you a list like, all right, G, F, D, CBA, SX, or whatever, you know? And then you go to that area, and then only monsters of that rank will show up there. So I've actually heard people say that this DLC is not useful. I've heard people say it's bad, and I do think it's bad, but not for the same reason. I think it's very useful. So I could understand how someone could think that, like, okay, it just shows you monsters you've already gotten, and you just go and you still have to scout them. So it's not like it gives them to you for free. And I'll admit, at the very, very high end, once you get to above A rank, you know, A, S, and X, it is kind of hard to scout them still. But even if you have a 5% chance, even if you have like a 10% chance, doing that 10 times is going to be faster almost every time than remaking a new X monster. Or even if you don't get the X monster, you can then scout all the B ranks that go with it, and then it'll cut so much time off. So I think what people are undervaluing is doing exactly what I'm doing right now, right? There is nowhere in the game where you can go into a room full of 10 monsters that are all of the same rank, and they're combinations of things that were hard to make, easy to make. You can already normally scout synthesis only monsters. You just go, but they're 10 and they're all different, and you just go, boom, 100%, 100%. You get 10, you get 10, you get 10, you get 10, you get 10. And so you suddenly, over the course of a half hour, you could scout literally 100 monsters that are all different. And as far as completing the Pokedex, I mean, it's just like next level like convenience. And that's kind of what I want to talk about, is that this is the story of a DLC that is kind of to put it lightly bullshit in a sense. Like, yes, this DLC is awesome. It's very cool, and I love it. This should 100% not be a $10 add-on. This really, really should have just been post-game content. After you beat the post-game, after you beat all the bosses, then you unlock this DLC, which is exactly how I'm playing it. I did not unlock this DLC until after I beat the main game. I did unlock it before I finished the post-game, I think. I don't actually have a good recollection of the order, but I definitely got the credits, and I watched the credits, and then the next day or two after that is when I bought the DLC, because I wanted the vanilla experience, essentially. Now we're going to rank B, so everything here is going to be rank B. But I really wanted the vanilla experience, but like the whole game's balance and everything would have just been, I feel like, kind of fucked had I bought this DLC first. It would have been so easy to scout and get so much higher level monsters easier. And this feels like it's a tax on players that are competitive players, basically. Let's see if I can scout this guy. Actually, I don't know. We could go back. I normally don't fail on the Bs. Normally the Bs are also like 100%. But let's give it a go. Maybe the Bs, where it starts getting hard enough, I gotta start using tactics, right? But it's like, this is just, I'm actually like kind of surprised. It feels like it's a tax on people that want to play PvP. That's essentially it, right? It's the hardcore fans of the game that are going to get this added on to them, right? See, that guy's 87%. I think 87%, I'm still willing to risk it without doing any other stuff.
One of us now.
And I don't have a perfect scouting team. It is pretty good, though. But, like, I feel like this is just kind of crazy, right? This DLC is so powerful. It's such an insane quality of life change. I mean, it lets you re-get egg monsters without having to go scout all the eggs again. I mean, it's fucking insane. So I don't really know what it's about. I mean, I kind of wanted to explain what the DLC was. Like, look at, bottom line is, you could speak with your wallet and you can not buy it. But if you want to complete the in-game Monsterpedia, the Pokedex, this is going to speed it up by, I think, maybe 10x. Maybe 10x. And if you're going to, there's someone in my comments that doesn't just want to complete the Pokedex, they want to actually have a living Pokedex, right? Have one of a copy of every single monster in the game. I mean, this might literally over 10x the speed of that. And so, yes, for $10, it's definitely worth it and it's valuable, but it should just fucking be in the game, man. And like then there's like another DLC that's like $8 or something, and it gives you some like dog poop items. It's like every half hour in the game, the only thing it gives you that's worth anything is like a liquid metal slime, which is still easy. There's nothing like, I beat the game, then I went and looked at the DLC. I saw this DLC for this chest. I did not understand, like if I started the game, maybe it was worth a couple bucks. But like at this stage of the game, after I beat it, nothing in there was any value at all. So like the only way I feel like that's just to tax people who are ignorant of the game. Like just if you want to charge more money, I don't know. I feel like just soundtracks, you know, or I don't know, maybe give us a game version of the game that runs at an actual reasonable frame rate. I don't know. I mean, that should also just be included, of course. But so I am a little frustrated with the DLC. Especially because it's something that is so good and it's so valuable and it's such a nice quality of life thing that adds a lot of, in my opinion, fun. Like it helps you make cooler monsters without like a tedious, like, oh fuck, I don't want to do all that shit. And it's behind a paywall, which is kind of lame. But I also wanted to keep this video a couple minutes long because you can see exactly what I'm doing, right? Where else, nowhere in the game can you go and just scout new monster after. These aren't new. I've had all these before, right? But it's just like, now, and when I want to make the final things, I can just go scout everything. Then I can make any combination of any monsters I want so much easier. Because even if it's like, oh, in order to make this X monster, you need these 4 S monsters. But to make those 4 S monsters, you need a B rank and an A rank and a this rank and a specific monster. And so you already have all like the grandparents like ready to go, you know? Or if not the grandparents, then at least the great grandparents. You don't need to refuse. So it's actually an amazing DLC and I love it. But it actually, what's crazy, it actually gives you items too, which I don't think it says anywhere. But it gives you like infinite healing items, which is kind of weird, right? Like every 5 monsters you scout, the Dawn Mole gives you a new healing item or something. Like it starts with like a strong medicine, then it goes to Yggdrasil stuff. And I haven't even seen how far it goes, if I'm being completely honest with you. So that's something I'm going to edit in at the end of this video. After we see how many monsters I scout. I mean, I've been doing this video for about 7 minutes and I was probably doing it 15 minutes before, so we're about 20 minutes. Let's go up through all the ranks. I think I'm on B, and then I'm gonna skip ahead to after I go through the S ranks. Maybe I'll cut back when I get to the S ranks, see if I can scout anything there, just to show how absurd it is. And then we'll see what items we get, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, be right back. All right, here we are in the S and X ranked section. So I actually don't even have that many things here, right? It's probably not even 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, right, I think I've only even had 6 S and X ranked things. This is probably every one that I've ever had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we're going to try to get them. So, I'm not going to show you the entire thing. I think I've had another one. Maybe this one actually minimizes it. Maybe it only shows, maybe there's just less on this level. Maybe it's 3 from S, 3 from X. Because I swear I have a Fluffy as well. Also, you gotta look though. Sometimes there's a really, really small one running around somewhere. But here, I'm gonna show you what I do. And then I'm gonna skip to the end, tell you how many of these that I got. All right. So we'll start with this boy here, very handsome man. And so we're gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do orders. I'm gonna defend. I'm going to ping my team, and then I'm going to defend, and then I'm gonna defend. I'm not gonna use any items. So we're just gonna do this, and then I'm just gonna scout. And I want to show you the first scout to get an idea of what percentage I'm going to get here. I'm guessing it's about 10%. I don't actually know. But then I'm going to skip to the end and we'll see how many I got. That otherwise it'll probably be too long of a video of not watching much content. So 22%. I was actually quite a bit off. And so we're unlikely to get it. But that means, 1 out of 5 times, roughly, we're going to get it there. And if they don't get angered, it means that we're likely to get at least one of these, right? And another 20%. It only dropped by like 3%. And so we'll show you the first one, and then we'll go after this one. So, and after, we're not going to get it every time, but the point is I'm trying to show you that these are pretty good percents. Like, I think that is worth rolling on, because even 10% I think is a good enough to roll on for an S with no negative repercussions, right? There we go. All right, so we failed on 1. I will do the other 6, and then I'll let you know how many I got. One thing I forgot to mention before we jump into the exit is that you can go into a room with only large monsters, where everything is guaranteed to be large. So no more of that ridiculous farming. This is that's as far as you can go. Are you sure you want to leave the mohole? Yes, but let's try to get one more. All right, I've been doing this right about a half hour now. Let's see if we can get one more bro here. Let's just go for this guy. We'll just randomly scout him and call it good. Large monsters are harder to scout in general, so I don't want to spend too much time doing it, but throwing in a 50% chance to get a cool guy, easy. All right, we'll do that. And he is large, the Mohawker, so I do actually need him as well to make the superior slime that I still need to make a diamond slime, I think. I actually have to look into it. But there we go. We're going to leave the mohole. Let's see how many monsters we got. I haven't been counting, but I've been clearing out the floors. So as far as the rank X and S monsters, I ended up getting 1, but I think I kind of had bad luck. I missed a lot of 20%, and a lot of the monsters were ones that I already had. I think it was like 4 of the 6 I currently had in my party, which makes it harder to get. So besides that, he also gives you items. Strong medicine. So we got 5 monsters. We got 10 monsters. Special medicine. A Sage's Elixir. Armor Secco. Yggdrasil Leaf. Yggdrasil Dew. Anti-magic powder. It's always the exact same things also. Mankey meat in the same order. 45 monsters. Mystery meat, okay. Rarefied steak. Bad medicine. 60. I don't even know how many I got. I wonder if I did. A seed of strength, okay. Thank you. Seed of resilience, okay. So you start getting the seeds. Okay, so he must have got, either he stops at 70 or he got someone near 70. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the monsters that I got. Just as a quick thing, just so I could show you. I mean, I think it took me literally, it might have been closer to 40 minutes, but I mean, it was roughly a half hour. I didn't have a timer on, but that's what it felt like. All right. My monsters, I assume, got healed. I didn't mention it, but I think they were hurt. Maybe they automatically heal when you leave there. A lot of MP, but that was basically it. All right. So let's take a look at the monsters I got here. I am at 7 pages of monsters. All right, so let's go date obtained, descending. All right, so these are the, I guess I want to go ascending in this case. Yeah, so these are the guys I've had for a long time. I've had these guys before I went in there. And then starting, I think I got the Cyclops. So I think starting here, this is the G rank monster, right? So starting here, I got from Exoskeleton on. Boom. I got, so everything on this page besides the first 2. Everything on this page. Everything on this page. Everything on this page, including a Baramos, a Lieutenant Gorsby Pervious, a Hell Gladiator. And some of these things I already had, and I still got it. I got a Shogun. This guy, even though this is when I went to the small floor, and then this is the large floor. So there we go. We got almost like 4 full pages of all stuff, including, you know, getting more of our egg monsters that I had got rid of. So that was like no time at all. And let's see if I can make anything new. Maybe I can't. I honestly don't know. There we go. I can make a bunch of new stuff that I wasn't able to make before, right? And this is purely just from going through that really quick. So when you're trying to complete the, even including a brand new S rank, by the way, which is no small feat. There we go. So yeah, the DLC is kind of bullshit in how good it is. It's also, because it's so good and it costs money, and it should just be in the post game, it's just kind of, you know, just like sucks, I guess, is the way to put it. But it sucks, but I still spent $10, and I would still spend $10 again, so why wouldn't they do it, I suppose? But yeah, I don't know. Moral of the story? I don't know. You should probably get the DLC, but you shouldn't have to. Anyway, much love. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you guys in the flip-flop. You have a good one. Peace.